I saw this in the store and I was like, what is this? It's a rock coloring book. How can I spice this up in my comic book style? Well, we're going to give that a shot right now. This is a cool one here. He loves his pancakes. It's a fun find I found at an airport when I was in Hawaii a couple years ago. I was looking through and there's some fantastic illustrations here. So when I saw this, and also being known for taking coloring books and inking them up in my style, I jumped at this opportunity.
Finally, your life has meaning.
I'm going to pick a couple of these. We're going to give it a try. See what I can add to it. See if I can add some flair. So here I am inking up this rock coloring book. Now, I guess that's what makes me different from all the other people who do coloring book type videos, like my buddies ADC and Sarah and Jazza and all them. I like to really ink it up. Now, the thing with this rock coloring book, it's extremely detailed. You see like everything from the leaves in there to the tattoo itself. Like the tattoo is pretty insane, the amount of detail going into that. I don't know even myself if I would have the patience to actually do a tattoo like that. But we'll see one day. I do plan on doing more rock videos as WrestleMania does come closer. As you guys know, I've been a huge wrestling fan my whole life. I actually think that I would say wrestling is probably right up there with comics and Transformers as one of my number one passions in life. Is wrestling. I've been a fan ever since I could remember. So I know a lot of you guys aren't fans, like a lot of you guys follow me for Marvel and DC work and all my crazy art challenges, but for me, like ever since I was a kid, I loved watching wrestling, and The Rock, of course, is one of my heroes. If you guys seen my various Rock videos, I came so close to actually talking to him. You know, and looking back on it now, I bet you I probably could have if I was louder. You know, if I didn't care, like while he was talking, I should have just shouted, and he would have noticed me. While he was talking, I should have, Rock, I made this for you, while he was talking, and he totally would have saw me. He totally would have. But I'm Canadian. I'm too nice. I'm too nice in that sense. I don't want to be rude. But as you guys see me here, I'm inking this up, and you see there wasn't a wood texture there on the table, but I was just trying to figure out how to get more detail into what's already detailed. This thing is so extremely detailed. What else can I do to make this better? You know, like I would call this more of an adult coloring book. I wouldn't call this a children's coloring book just because the amount of work that's in here. So kudos to the actual artist who put these together. So also to do it justice, as you guys know, I'm not too, let's say, confident in my coloring skills. Like even digitally, my coloring skills isn't there. Like it's better than it was, I would say, 5 years ago. But in terms of the Copics, I said, no, there's no way I'm going to do this in Copics. So for both of these pieces you're going to see me do today, I do want to digitally color them because I thought I would probably get the better outcome. See, when you do a coloring book challenge, it's got to look better than the original. But the original is already so amazing that, you know, what can I do with the color? So here you go. This is the final rock piece, as you see here. You know, did the best I could. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments now below. And right now, you see the comparison from the original, you see the ink version and the final color version. What do you guys think? And which one is your favorite? Let me know down below. Do one more. I've drawn The Rock multiple times on my channel before. A lot of them went super viral.
Sit there and shut your mouth and enjoy the ride that The Rock is taking you on.
This one could be interesting. But this tattoo, that's what scares me. I like a good challenge. Let's try this one here. So this is what I'm talking about. Crazy tattoo there. So it'll be fun trying to go in there and add a little bit more detail to that. But as you guys see here, I'm actually going in and sketching out the extra details that I'm going to add in here. Again, a fantastic drawing already. But what can I add? Well, I'm going back to my comic book rendering roots. It's like I'm an inker here. Inker and then colorist here. So, you know, trying to figure out where the light source is and then adding my little rendering techniques here. As you guys know, my greatest influences, probably David Finch is probably one of my biggest ones. You guys know David. He's just hit about 450,000 subscribers. So proud of him. Why am I proud of him? He's been doing this way longer than I have in terms of professional art. But one of my heroes for sure, even when I was actually working in comics, David has been one of my biggest influences. But of course, Jim Lee. And I could also feel a hint of Brian Hitch in here. He was the penciler of the Ultimates. One of my hugest influences, and early in my comic career, I was actually compared to Brian Hitch, which has to be one of the greatest compliments of my life when I was compared to Brian Hitch when I was working on Tokyo Storm Warning way back in the day. So having that inking sensibility in here, that's what I was trying to do. But also when it comes to tattoo, like I was thinking to myself, what can I do to add that style to that tattoo there? So, I wanted to put in my veins. You guys know I love adding the veins in there. And as you see, also, I gave Rock, six-pack, and he has talked vehemently about how he doesn't have a six-pack. He never really had a full six-pack before, but I wanted to give him. I gave him more like an eight-pack, mainly because the torso was so long on this drawing. So it's like, okay, like how would I make it look cool? So I ended up giving him an 8-pack. So there you go, Rock. Got an 8-pack. So hopefully he notices the 8-pack that I did over there. But a lot of the detail will come from the actual inking itself, and the color is more like an accent to the inking. So I think that's one thing that separates comic art from actual digital art in that sense, where the coloring is important. Don't get me wrong, coloring is extremely important. But the inking and the penciling is just as important for sure. That's why in terms of comic books itself, it's really a team effort. Of course the artist, the penciler gets most of the praise whenever it comes to a comic book being put together, but the inker and the colorist, to me is just as important. Having a bad inker will ruin a good penciler. Having a bad colorist will ruin good art, And that's one thing, I add all this detail, and I want to make sure all the little details don't get lost here as you see me flatting this particular piece of art. But the hardest thing, the one I'm really scared of, is actually going in and doing the little bits of the tattoos that you see over there as I'm just filling in the rest of it here. All the little lilies on the little skirt he has there. But actually going in and doing the tattoos, I had to reference back and try to figure out what was the dark parts and what were the light parts, because it's just line art. So I don't know what's dark, what's light, and how I would go ahead and handle it. So it's going back and forth. And the actual Rock tattoo I found was just a little bit different, unless I was looking at different reference, but it was just a little different than what was drawn here. So or maybe this is accurate. It might be accurate, I'm not sure, but looking at the reference I saw, it didn't look accurate. So, I just wanted to make sure, zooming back and making sure it kind of fits with what I wanted to do. So yeah, putting it together here, and there you go. This is the final Rock piece here. A lot of fun to do, and right now you will see all three being put together, and you tell me, which one do you like the best? Which one do you like? Let me know in the comments down below. That was a Marvel Artist coloring, a crazy coloring book featuring The Rock. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. If you really like this episode, you want me to do more of these, there's a whole slew of pictures in there I could possibly do. Why don't you guys let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is James, and I'll see you next time.